And what is good, everybody? Welcome back in here to Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube tonight here for another throwback, throwing it back to 1998 in this one. What is good, guys? Jacob, Jason, both of my Jasons in here once again. Thanks so much, guys, for stopping by. Hey, what's good, Vaughn? Jason got his offer again. That is awesome, man. Congrats to you. Looks like he got another offer there. That's awesome, dude. Yep, Jason putting out here. Comeback Cats, 1998. Glad to call one of these games for you, my man. It's going to be a blast here doing this for everybody. So, we're going to call this game in a couple minutes as we'll get started here very briefly. So, this was the road here in 1998 for Kentucky. Jeff Shepard, he was the 98 most outstanding player of the tournament as they won first round against South Carolina State. Second round, they beat St. Louis. In the Sweet 16, they won against UCLA. Not only they won against them, they crushed them 94-68. Won against Duke in an incredible game there in the Elite Eight. I was trying to get a video to do that Duke game for you guys. I wasn't able to find anything, though, that had like a full game for that Duke game, though. I able to find a national championship, which is awesome. In the Final Four, they beat Stanford by 1 in OT, 86-85. And then in this game, they took on Utah in the national title game. Both of these teams are seeded number 3 for Utah and number 2 for Kentucky in the 98 tournament. Hey, what is good, Kevin? Thanks so much, man, for stopping by. My day's been going pretty well so far, and night's been going pretty well as well. Doing pretty good also, so thanks so much for stopping by, bud. Hopefully all you guys are safe out there and practicing social distancing. Vaughn putting out, can't believe South Korea had 47 new cases yesterday, and like that can't be sure, and it was true. Wow. Hopefully hopefully this just will end very soon, but we're at the peak of it in the U.S. I know South Korea has done an incredible job on their end stopping it, but we're going to get to this game. This one, 1998 championship, took place at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. Throwback here to this game. Hey, welcome in here. I don't know anymore. Thanks so much, man, for stopping by. Hello once again. Hey, Raptor, what is good, man? No problem here. No problem, man. I haven't been streaming like every single day or so. I was off the last 2 nights, but I'm finally free once again tonight, so this is awesome. Able to cover another game for you guys. Raptor's been chilling, helping his girlfriend finish moving into her new apartment. There you go. That's awesome. Yeah, I heard about that with the U.S. This is just it's just unfortunate, so sad, but every single day is crucial out here. Every single day is crucial to stop the spread, and we must take what it is possible to not be combining with groups and groups of people here, everyone. We have to stay home and stay away from groups of people right now. Serie A could resume their season. Vaughn's putting it around late May. Wow, I'd be shocked if they actually resume their season for Serie A. Hey, welcome in, Spartans gang. Thanks so much, bud, for stopping by here. I appreciate it once again. Hopefully all is going well in his area here in Germany also. Future NBA stars in the game in this one. He puts out, let's see here. They had a lot of players that went to the NBA for Kentucky. I know Jeff Shepard, Scott Padgett, Michael Bradley. I know when they played Duke in the 1998 Elite Eight, Duke had quite a bit of players that went to the NBA too. One of them is actually a head coach in Marquette now. Steve Wojciechowski for Duke went to he's the head coach in Marquette now, and then Shane Battier is the one that I remember back in the day for Duke there, as Kentucky won against them in the Elite Eight. So they're going to be taking Utah here in the title game. As my man Jason's ready for this one. So we're going to go with a tip-off here for you guys right now. Before I start off, make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub. Hey, what is good, my man? Behind the Arc fan. Thanks so much, bud, for stopping by. Hopefully all is well going out there in Australia for you, bud. Thank you so much, bud, for stopping by. So here we go. This game gets tipped off right now. Throwback here, 1998 national title, Kentucky in the white uniforms. For this one, blue letters and numbers, Utah in the red jerseys with the white letters and numbers. Vintage throwback here. I actually don't remember this game. I was only 3 years old, but classic throwback as we got my man John here from Off the Wall Hockey. Glad that you can join us for the broadcast for this one. Kentucky goes inside. They score right there for 2. I'm looking to do more throwbacks like the games that didn't have scoreboards like back in the day. like 1983 Houston against NC State. I'm looking to do like a lot of like early 90s games hopefully in the upcoming weeks or so, and some 80s games, also the 79 title with Magic versus Bird. That'd be crazy if I can do that one. Oh, I was glad to see you driving by later today. I was coming back from work, and he was heading towards the reservoir. Utah goes inside, gets the jumper. Kentucky jacks up a three, down on top of the key, off the mark. No good. Rebound Utah here. So Utes with the basketball, first minute through right now. I do remember the scoreboard, though. I remember this, like, orange type of scoreboard. That ball gets stolen away by Kentucky. Here they go at the left wing of the perimeter. Moves it over top of the key here for Kentucky with the basketball. As that is Allen Edwards, puts into the hands of Wayne Turner now. Turner was from Boston, Mass. So they move it around the perimeter for Kentucky. Now they go inside with it. Low post, and they get some separation. They go inside, lays it up and in, as that one goes down for two by Scott Padgett. 4-2, Kentucky leads by 2. 18-20 left to go in the first half. I know I don't know anymore. It's very sad. A lot of these people up here in age. I know there was a kicker that used to play on the Saints in the 70s, and unfortunately, just yesterday he passed away. As that's a jumper, goes down by Utah for 2 right there. Kentucky right back with the basketball, right wing perimeter into the hands of Jeff Shepard. He had a massive tournament for him. Comeback Cats here throughout the tournament. Low post, they put it up with Naz Mohammed. Miss the shot, though. Tried to get the rebound as we got a dive on the court right there in the key for the basketball. Utah's going to get the ball right back. So, missed shot. Rebounded by Utah, and Utah will get it right back here as we get a timeout on the court. Oh, wow. English soccer player Jack Grealish making an Instagram announcement. Everyone to stay home, and spotted driving drunk while returning from a party. Oh, man. Oof. That's not good. Who am I covering next? I want to do 2010 Xavier versus Kansas State. That game went into double overtime, and Gus Johnson called that game. So that's the next one I do plan to do. Kansas State versus Xavier 2010. I think that was a Sweet 16 game. Yep, I knew exactly where you were going there. So heading right to the reservoir. That's awesome, man. Dude, I went past the reservoir like around that curve going to the reservoir right before you were driving down there. It had like 10 cars parked next to the reservoir, all in a line. 4-4 now the score. Utah right back with the basketball, takes it past the half-court logo. Dribbles inside with Drew Hansen, lost control of it, stolen by Kentucky. Kentucky now has it. Left wing perimeter as they move it back to the top of the key, feeds it over right wing here with Edwards, passes over to the top now. And they go inside, Jeff Shepard puts it up, and that one goes up and in for 2 right there by the Wildcats. They lead 6-4. 17-15 left to go in the first half right now. Take a look right back at the chat. Hey, what is good? There's Serrier. Serrier is yet to upload a profile pic, though. It just comes in the brown custom thing that they load for you without any picture. So we got Serrier right now in the chat. Jason remembers all the way Kentucky held UCLA 7 points in the first half. Wow, that's insane there. The 2015 team, that's crazy. Utah goes inside once again, and they lose control of the basketball. Gets intercepted by Kentucky, and Kentucky has it. Going to pass top of the key, takes the 3. It's off the mark. No good right there, and a 3-point shot by Kentucky. Rebound goes to Utah. Utah feeds it inside, and another turnover. Steel City, as that's Hano Matola who coughs up that basketball as he tried to pass it back outside. Kentucky with it once again. Allen Edwards passes it low post. Mohammed puts it up, and he gets it up and in right there for the big fella. Scores 2 more, and Kentucky by 4. 16-20 left to go in the first half. Utah right back with the basketball now. As they dribble their way inside. Feeds it off right baseline. Going to take the jumper. It's up. No good. Another brick right there. That one by Michael Doliak. So rebound goes over to Kentucky. Kentucky now with the ball. Edwards swings it back out around the perimeter. Over to Scott Padgett. Padgett lobs it low post to Muhammad. Muhammad puts it up too strong off the glass. They tip it back outside, though. Top of the key with Kentucky. They get the offensive rebound. 16 minutes remain. Ball into the hands of Wayne Turner. Turner now with the basketball. He's going to take a 3. Hit the front rim. No good. Rebound goes back to Utah. I know, I hear you, Raptor. It's just been so weird as Utah scores right there, low post. That shot goes up and in off the backboard by Andre Miller for 2. So it's a 2-point game. Like, everything is canceled, all live sports, besides WrestleMania yesterday with Gronk, which I was looking at the highlights for WrestleMania. I'm like, dude, Gronk going into a pile of like 6 or 7 guys. Like, how is this like all legal? Like, I know they had their temperatures taken right before WrestleMania to clear everybody to make sure that they were okay to compete, but still, like you don't even want to risk it. You're on top of a pile of like 6 or 7 other dudes. Like, you haven't ever hung out with them until this time in WrestleMania. Like, you don't know where they hung out with during like this past week, the week before that. I mean, like that's just, at this point you want to stay like far away from like anybody, like any strangers as possible. Yeah, so glad to Spartans gang here that they have so many classic games going on, which is awesome. They even got it on the YouTube channels too, which is great. Oh yeah, I saw people, John, hiking in the woods when I was driving by around the curve there at the reservoir. So yeah, I saw like 10 cars parked in a line there going to the reservoir. You only saw only 4 of them though. Yeah, must have been walking the trails because I saw nobody out on like out on the actual reservoir. Nobody was fishing either when I drove by. So must have been like well like into the trails and stuff. Hey, what is good, Goody? Thanks so much for stopping by here. Hello once again. Oh, Adam Silver, just to update, start of the NBA, Jason putting out, according to Bleacher Report, says it might be May 1st, even though he's not 100%. Wow. I'd be shocked if they actually do play on May 1st. I know the NHL was thinking about playing some of their games, I think, in North Dakota. Like, moving to, like, because North Dakota hasn't got hit hard at all, so they were taking a look and see if they could play, like, an empty arena in North Dakota. That would be great if it could resume in May. Of course, it'd be with 0 fans, though. They'd have to move out to, like, some location, like, away from, like, the city in order to do it. So, Kentucky leads by 2, 8-6 now to score. Utah with the basketball as they move it around the perimeter. Passes over right wing here for Utah with the ball with 15 minutes remaining. And the first pass is off the backdoor cut, and Doliak jams it down right there off the slam for 2. This game's tied up at 8. Yeah, I heard about that Spartans gang. They're thinking about ESPN trying to team up and cover a horse tournament with the NBA. That'd be cool to watch. That'd just be interesting to watch. Like, there, like, we've had like so many sports like emerge like the past couple of years, like drone racing, cornhole on TV. The classic thing they do always 4th of July there with a hot dog eating contest. Just classic sports that we've had like throughout like the past couple of years emerged. That'd be crazy if they're able to do a horse right there. Let's see, I'm going to stop the game right now as Kentucky just scored inside. They get fouled as well at the free throw line, yeah. So they got fouled as well at the free throw line. I'm going to just scroll up the chat in just a moment. So 10-8 to score. I don't know anymore. Put it out. Saw the story. It was sad though because it was about a man bus driver. Oh yeah, I heard about that. It was in Chicago, I think, with the bus driver. He was talking about how he was really scared just driving this bus, and the guy passed away. It was really sad. But he's putting about a bus driver, and a woman intentionally coughed on him, didn't cover her mouth. 2 days later, he would test positive. Yeah, that's the one in Chicago. That's really sad because I think it was on Inside Edition. I was watching that whole story. Just so sad. It's just these people. It's just unfortunate. Somebody did it at a Stop and Shop, and like an hour away from me, I think, in Kingston, Mass. They were. It was like a 65-year-old man too. He was intentionally coughing on the produce there, and he got tackled by like a couple of shoppers inside the Stop and Shop. Oh yeah, this is gonna, I think it's around mid-April. Raptor putting out. Looking forward to the documentary of MJ there they got going on. Yep, wrestling just does what they want right now. Hey, what is good, Jack? Thanks so much, man, for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hopefully all is well here. So we're going to head right back into this game. As Kentucky goes to the free throw line, and they get it up and in. So that one's good. 11-8, Kentucky by 1 right now. Chinese Super League, Vaughn's putting out Soccer League there in China, set to start their season April 18th. Okay, so they're going to be starting sports in China. That's awesome. I saw the article earlier today. People were flocking over to like the Great Wall of China, like packs and packs of people there. Like, how in the world did the Chinese Basketball League not go off? Like people there. It had to be like 1 million people going to the Great Wall of China. Like just yesterday, I saw the picture of it. As Utah takes a 3 top of the key, they hit it down. This game's tied up at 11. 11 right now, 14-15 left to go in the first half. Kentucky with the basketball. They dribble now inside, floats it out to the right wing. To the hands of Edwards. We get a foul picked up, reaching by Utah here. So they pick up the foul. Yeah, I agree with you, John. NHL is probably going to find random spots. Haven't been hit hard. Play with no fans. Probably somewhere like out in the boonies there. North Dakota, South Dakota. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Basically, Wyoming, Idaho. So that jumper's off the mark, no good by Kentucky. Rebounds Utah here, right back with the basketball, going in transition. They try to pass that one into the key. Ball got deflected out of bounds. It's going to be out of bounds by Kentucky, so Utah will inbound it. Yeah, I agree with you, Vaughn, definitely. There's going to be no fans for these games because we're just going to keep on rising and rising with the cases and the peak of this stuff. And the peak's probably going to be like 2 weeks away from now, most likely. So I just can't see fans here for quite a while. I'm supposed to go to a NASCAR race in July in New Hampshire. I'm not even sure if that race is going to go, like, scheduled to play. And there's supposed to be like 80,000 fans there at New Hampshire, and I don't know. I don't even think it's going to go scheduled. I think we'll probably finally see people, like, out in the stands probably, like, September or so, like, around Labor Day. Hey, what is good, Jordan? Thanks so much, man, for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, I heard about that. News story broke yesterday. The tiger at the Bronx Zoo, so it looks like animals could get it, too, now. As Kentucky's going to take a jumper down and deep, too, off the mark. Hit the front rim. Rebound goes to Utah here. Utah right back with the basketball. Oh, my goodness. Manchester, New Hampshire, pegged as a potential hotspot. Yeah, I heard about Manchester's had, like, over 100 cases right now. New Hampshire is basically, like, the majority of the cases in, like, for New Hampshire have been in Manchester there. Right now, Nashua's number 2 in the cases, I think. Salem's number 3, and then I'm shocked because Rochester, New Hampshire, has got like a population of 30,000. Rochester, New Hampshire has only like 5 or 6 cases, which is really strange. Off the backdoor cut inside, Utah lays it up and in right there for 2. So the Utes take the lead now, 13-11 to score. Yeah, Chinese Basketball League really does need to resume their season, Vaughn. They should have resumed their season like a couple of days ago if people were going out to the parks and stuff, flocking in without the 6-foot distance. That was a sweet-looking layup right there. Kentucky ties this thing up at 13. We've got 13 minutes left to go in the first half. Kentucky with a half-court trap playing defense here as Utah able to get past that now. Utes with the basketball. They move it over left wing perimeter into the hands of Drew Hansen now. Hansen dribbles inside, moves it back outside. They move it around to the right wing here for Utah. Utah with the ball, 12:40 left to go. Dribbles inside, they lost it, but Hansen gets it back. Hansen, floater, in the key, hits it for 2. Utes up by 2 here. Oh, he's got a Zodiac sign in there for I don't know anymore. Wow, man, I actually didn't know that either. And Rick Marges, head coach of this Utah team. Man. All the people that's passed, like, these past, like, few days is really, really sad. Like, it's so unfortunate. Kentucky misses the jumper. Utah gets the rebound, goes in transition, misses the 3, but they tip it right in there for 2, and Utah leads this game by 4. 17-13, 11:55 remaining. Yeah, that's right. They'd have to travel by plane then to get to the games. So that is correct, and everybody would have to travel by plane if you're gonna play out like at a location that is like out in the middle of nowhere. So everybody's gonna have to travel there by plane, no matter what team you are. My day's been going pretty well, Jordan. Thanks so much, bud, for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. CBS Sports Network. Texas Tech versus Virginia Raptors putting out every single day. They're doing that. I can't believe that today would have been the national title game. Like this would have been the day that we would have found out who would have won March Madness tonight, the national title game. Like, hopefully March Madness 2021 is like the best thing like ever. Like, I really do hope they actually have basketball in 2021. Like, that might not even happen. I'm not even sure about college football. But I do hope that actually happens. I just can't see, like, all those people in the stands, though, for college football. I can see them scattered around, but I can't see, like, 80,000 people at, like, a college football game when it comes to, like, Labor Day weekend. Goody liking the Lakers to win the NBA Finals this season. Very well could be a possibility if they do it for Kobe there. Hopefully we'll have an NBA Finals. How do I feel about the virtual NFL draft? That's actually pretty cool that they're able to have a virtual NFL draft because you can't really like do much now because you can't have a crowd or anything, and everything's going online. So it's pretty cool. Like I actually had with my barbershop choir yesterday, we had our Zoom video conferencing yesterday for the barbershop choir that I sing in because we're not able to meet anymore because we have 60 members or so in the group. So we did our Zoom video conferencing, but that's basically how everything is gone right now with all video online stuff, working from home. So I like that idea. It's actually pretty cool. It's going to be interactive too, depending on like I bet that hopefully we'll be able to see the coaches and they get to make their picks and stuff. That'd be awesome. Utah goes inside, puts up the jumper, ball gets tipped out of bounds. As Utah's out rebounding Kentucky right now. Wow, 10-2 on the boards. Utah's going to get the inbound too, right in the front court underneath the basket. Wow, behind the arc fan putting out some dude who traveled from Perth to Melbourne. Agreed that we be in self-isolation, but he left the hotel 5 times in 4 days to visit his girlfriend, left by the emergency door. Oh my goodness. Come on, man. Yeah, he could go to jail or pay a $50,000 fine. Jeez. You gotta be in quarantine, you stay in quarantine. That's just putting other people in danger. As Utah's got the basketball around the perimeter, 10:55 left to go. Utah outscored Kentucky, a 9-2 run by Utah last 3.5 minutes. They just lost the ball, though, as it goes out of bounds. Kentucky will get it right back. Yep, if Cincinnati doesn't draft Joe Burrow, yes, they should just go to the XFL. You have everything handed to you for the #1 pick. You gotta pick the best player in the draft, and that's Joe Burrow. Yeah, just really sad. Tonight would have been the night, shining moment. We would have had it tonight. And hopefully we have our best tournament next season. That's all that I can wait for. Another 365 days until we crown a champion, basically. Another full year. As Kentucky takes the jumper down, hits the rim, goes out of bounds. It's going to go right back over to Utah. 10.5 left to go in the first half. I'll pause it for just a second. That's what I want to do. I want to do so many games here. Jason putting out a good one. 2012 Kentucky versus Kansas. So many draft picks on both sides there. Yup, what a stacked game, man. AD, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. What a game there. That would be a great one to do, 2012. Kansas, Kentucky. Yeah, tonight, Spartans game would have been the national title game. Oh, man, yeah, indeed, John. Gonna be a massive party when quarantine is lifted here. I think it's gonna be something that all depends on the states to, like, lift quarantine. Some states are further behind where other states are, like, way ahead. I think Vermont's gonna be the first one to lift quarantine. because Vermont has done like really well the past couple of days. Once the people went like once they closed ski resorts, Vermont's been doing much better. Right now, I think New Hampshire is going to be another one that lifts the quarantine very soon. Chris Sununu, the governor of New Hampshire, has done a great job, and cases really haven't blown up. It's only Manchester, Nashua, and Salem. That's it basically for New Hampshire, and the rest of the cities. Concord's doing a great job. They only got 20 cases in the capital city in New Hampshire there in Concord. But I think New Hampshire is going to be quick to lift the quarantine, and then I think other states are going to follow. Other states, it's going to be forever. Yeah, Virginia could be the very last one, most likely. Virginia's peak isn't going to be for a while. I think it's going to be like mid-May for Virginia. Texas, I got a relative out in Texas, and they're not taking it seriously at all. I think Texas could be very well the last states. So we're back to action. 17-13 the score. Do I think when the Chinese Soccer League is going to start on April 18th, do I think they'll have fans at the games? Ooh, I'll say yes there. If they had people crowded together to go yesterday to the parks there in China, since they lifted their quarantine ban now and they opened up places once again, they should very well have fans there, but that could create another spike. Yeah, I think this is like the last time that Utah basketball was actually good here, Raptor. Like, they made it to the title, and I don't think they definitely didn't make it this far ever again for Utah. 17-13, Utah by 4 right now. 10 minutes remaining in the first half. This was kind of that time range in the 90s that UMass was a great team, because they had Coach Cal for UMass, and then after Cal left, they just completely just fell apart. Arkansas used to be really good in the 90s. UNLV was great in the 90s. Loyola Marymount was good in the late 80s into early 90s. As Kentucky scores inside, Utah with the basketball dribble drive past the half-court logo, and that's Andre Miller. He gets fouled, and looks like he's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2 for Utah now. Oh, this is too bad, man. You got schoolwork there. I feel for you guys that you have to do schoolwork, like, virtually. Oof. Oh, that's good, Jason. 0 cases in Bell County, Kentucky. That is awesome, man. Hopefully you guys are able to keep it up and people are able to treat this seriously. I know there's a church on the other side of Kentucky near, like, Louisville. And the church just didn't follow orders at all. They held Sunday service yesterday, and people were I heard about it. People were giving each other handshakes there at the church, and the news crews knew beforehand that they were gonna have church there at the service. I think it was like 20 miles south of Louisville, and they had church service there. And the news crews and reporters showed up, and they saw a full packed house at that church with people shaking hands. Ooh, yikes. Almost, yeah, I'm trying to not pay attention to the numbers, but it keeps on growing and growing, and looks like it's going to be almost at 400,000. Ouch. Yeah, it's not good. We're going to hit 1 million, which is really sad. And it's going to take quite a while to get down. Utah missed the first one at the free throw line. Second one's good, 18-15 with 9.5 left to go. Kentucky goes inside. They score up and in off the window. That shot's good by Scott Padgett. 1-point game. Oh, Goody is on spring break right now. Wow, you got a late spring break, man. Actually, it's a good thing that you got a late spring break, I guess, because if you had an early spring break and you went like to like another place, like out towards like a beach, like with a ton of people packed in like 2 or 3 weeks ago, that would probably not be a great idea to do so. So it's actually good that you actually had a for your safety, most likely, that you had a spring break right now. 20-17, Utah just scored inside. Kentucky got the basketball, and Naz Muhammad gets fouled. That is Hanson who picks up the reach-in on him. I hear you, Raptor. He's so bored here in Oregon. These days have been quite challenging for me. I still have to go to work every single day on the weekday since I work at the radio station, but it's been just totally different what's been going on right now. Kentucky just scores inside right there for 2, and it's 20-19 to score with 8:45 left to go in the first half. But I've heard a lot of positive things out there in Oregon for you, Raptor man. Hopefully all is well, because Oregon's done a tremendous job with their state, because they actually donated ventilators to other states, because Oregon isn't struggling like a lot of the other states, like hard hit New York and New Jersey, Connecticut, have been totally opposite right now, getting just completely hard hit. Yeah, that is one I definitely want to do right there. Behind the Arc fan putting out 1983, UNC against Houston, Hakeem and Clyde Drexler against Michael Jordan. Also, Houston against NC State would be a great one for the 83 title game. They arrested a chemistry department head. Yeah, I heard about that, from Harvard, and 2 Chinese citizens. Wow. One of them lieutenant over there for China. Yeah, I heard about that in the news. Hey, what is good, Woody here? Thanks so much for stopping by. Hey, welcome in, Triet. What is good here, man? Classic name he's got here. Welcome back in. Naz Muhammad goes inside, right baseline, too strong off the glass, gets his own rebound, puts it up and in for 2. So, yeah, during the weekend, I'm thinking about doing, like, a college basketball gaming video for you guys sometime. I'm really thinking about doing that for you guys. I was pulling out the PlayStation yesterday and playing some of the games over on All-American Expert mode, and I was the Rhode Island Rams. I took on Notre Dame, and I won on the road at Notre Dame. So I'm thinking about recording a couple games for you guys here and there, and doing some games when I do have a chance. That's in my living room, where I have the access to the PlayStation. That's usually the family TV too, so it's probably gonna be on the weekend when my whole family goes outside and I have some time to play a game or so and record for you guys. Jeez, Vaughn's putting out here, church 35 minutes away that wanted to host a church service there, and the police came and said no. Well, that's good that the police was able to lock down on that just in time, because they did that out in Tampa last week, and the pastor got arrested for that. They had packed people out on the stage there in Tampa doing a church service, just completely ignoring the guidelines. Oh, jeez, I feel for you, man. I don't know anymore. 5,000 cases in his county. I feel for you, man. Stay safe, bud. What's the most underrated college basketball stadium? Ooh, it's a good one. Really good one here for a question. I'm gonna go with something that's probably. Oh, I'm gonna go with Dayton's arena there for the Dayton Flyers, because they have like a packed stadium like each and every game there for Dayton, but I feel like they don't get the attention like all the other teams get the attention for the Dayton for like their packed arena. But since they're like an A10 school, they don't really get the attention, but they are the biggest arena in the A10 by far, and they have like perfect attendance, basically like sellout games left and right there, like almost every game for Dayton like these past few years. They're a really tough arena to play in. What are you putting out in your masses from now on at 6 p.m.? No one can go out. Yeah, yep, so that's in the city of Boston. They got a curfew going on. Nobody can go out unless they have a mask there in the city of Boston. They have to have a mask, and they can only go out, I think it's 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with the city of Boston curfew. And actually, I heard today, it was in Boston, the 7-Eleven. In order to go into the 7-Eleven in Boston, you have to have a mask on. They'll turn anybody away from the doors if you don't have a mask on at that 7-Eleven in downtown Boston. Hey, what is good, Alex? Thanks so much, man, for stopping by. He putting out, big season coming up for Iowa basketball. Ranked number 7 in the ESPN early top 25 there for next season. Fingers crossed for the national champs. Looking like you guys have a shot, though, man. If you guys get Luka Garza back, you're going to have a big season there for Iowa. I know Villanova is number 1 right now. Villanova basically retains everybody. I'm curious to see if Sadiq Bey goes to the NBA draft or if he comes back. But if Villanova can hit threes, they're going to be the number 1 team next year in basketball. Right now, they're hyped up to be number 1. But I feel like it's going to be all about the three-point shots and the jumps that Villanova takes there with all the players in the team. Yep, classic throwbacks there to... I have NCAA March Madness basketball. It's 2006. So it's 2006. It's actually not 2010. I want to get 2010 because that has the CBS logo on it. As Utah goes inside, they get fouled as that is inside the low post right there. There was a foul by Kentucky off the block. Picked up by Jamal Maglua right there. First shot's up. First shot's good by Matola at the free throw line for Utah. But yeah, I remember back in the day, me and John used to play college basketball, or the PlayStation 2 game I got 2006, and I was just nasty at it. I play the game right now on expert mode, basically. I challenge myself every single time. Utah gets the offensive rebound, puts up a 3, they get it, so they lead 24-21. Kentucky right back with the basketball. 7:25 left to go in the first half. That's a jumper taking Kentucky. They airball. It's no good. The rebound goes back to Utah. I hear you, man, Raptor. I feel for you guys. If you guys live in like a city where you're not able to like go like a lot of places, like walk the streets or anything, I really feel for you guys, especially the people who live in apartments. I live in a house. I live in like 3.5 acres of land, so it's a lot of space that I'm able to get up and walk outside and got quite the backyard where I live. As Kentucky steals the ball, goes in a fast break, lays it up and in for 2. 24-23, 6:40 left to go in the first half. Utah right back with the ball. But I really do feel for anybody who lives out in the city or out in an apartment where they can't even escape the apartments, that they have to stay inside. Yep, definitely, Vaughn. You can't have church services when we're in a health crisis right now. That's the last thing you want to do. Anything with crowds you can't have. There was somebody who made like a video that he posted on YouTube. He got arrested for. It was in Cincinnati. He made a video of him hosting a party back on Saturday night and got arrested for that one. He was telling the cops to just screw the virus and everything. And then a couple of days ago, they had like a stunt show with like 400 people on the street of Oakland, California. They had going on. Somebody was doing donuts in the middle of the street there in Oakland. They had a whole full circle around the car doing donuts there. Crazy. Absolutely crazy what people are doing right now. Utah just turned over the ball. That's the 10th turnover so far. We're only in the first half. 24-23, 6:20 left to go. Kentucky with the basketball. So they put it at the top of the key into the hands of Shepard now. Shepard dribbles right elbow, moves it over top of the key. They're going to take a 3. It is up. No good. Rattled out. Rebound goes back to Utah here. Utah with the ball. They dribble drive inside. Lays it up and in for 2. 3-point lead now by the Utes. Kentucky right back with the ball. Shepard with it, and a quick fall picked up by Utah here. Oh, there you go. That's good, goody. So he only has 4 houses in his neighborhood. That's good, man. Yeah, where I live, the houses are really just, like, spaced out like a ton. So we all have, like, yards and stuff. I have a side yard. And then there's not another house in, like, the right side of me in, like, quite a while or so around the curve of the street, but we have quite the space, like, out in my area, because I live out in the country. Kentucky missed the shot, hit the front rim, rebound here by Utah. Utah with the ball, passes top of the key, gonna take a 3. It's up, and it's good. He hit it from behind the arc. 6-point lead, Utah. Yeah, I heard about that. Tomorrow is supposed to be a really nice day. That's awesome. 65 and sunny. So my man John tomorrow is gonna ride his bike all along the town. That's great, man. Throwback to middle school there, dude. That is awesome. Throwback to middle school, just add in the classic ghost stories at night, roaming around the town, and there you have it. 29-23, Utah goes inside into the lane, missed the layup off the back iron, rebound Kentucky. Kentucky with the ball, just got stolen by Utah. Here to go, 2-on-1 fast break. Inside, lays it up and in right there for 2. So the Utes have the lead right now. Largest of the game. So they're up by 8. Hey, what is good, Dakota? Thanks so much, man, for stopping by. Yep, there we go. At least you got a basketball hoop in his backyard for I don't know anymore, so you can hoop up anytime that you like. That's awesome, man. Kentucky just turned it over again. Utah going inside, and Jensen scores up and in off the window. And the Utes still holding that lead, and they advance it to even further now as they lead by double digits for the first time in the game. Alex putting out about Bakari Evelyn back in Iowa here. So he wanted to play in the tournament. Graduate transfer, came to Iowa from Valpo. Yep, he had a chance to play in a high major program. On track to make it to the postseason before Big Ten and NCAA tournaments canceled. And Bakari Evelyn, more than just insurance for the uncertainty. Jordan Bohannon's return. Yeah, Evelyn came in big time towards the end of the season there for Iowa, which is really sad for like a lot of the players. Especially the players that transferred to like other teams for their final season. Nate Sestina for Kentucky. Isaiah Moss transferred from Iowa to Kansas. Just a lot of those like players there that had one season left to go that they transferred over. It's just unfortunate how it ended. Yes, same with me. I don't know anymore. He feels for the people really enjoy playing basketball. Only way they can get there nearest park or gym class. Yep, and the thing now is that they've already closed like a lot of the gyms. As Utah hits the shot at the free throw line, Kentucky now with basketball, they just dribble behind the entire defense, lace it up and in for two. It's a 9-point game as we approach that 4-minute mark left to go here in the first half. Utah goes inside left baseline, and it's going to be a blocking foul by Kentucky. It's Michael Bradley who commits the block. So Utah will going to go to the free throw. Yeah, they're going to go to the free throw line, shoot 2 here. This is just going to throw off like the entirety of like college basketball for next season, because a lot of these players don't have like a place to like practice basketball at. Like they don't have a place to go and shoot hoops at. All the parks are closed. The private gyms, they are closed as well. So unless you have a basketball hoop in your backyard, I mean, it's going to be tough to like go out there and shoot some hoops. You can get creative though. If you get creative and do some stuff in your house. I know Trey Young was doing a 3-point contest a couple weeks ago that he was doing with his laundry baskets out in his house. Oh yeah, they are definitely a mess behind the arc, fan. I never want to go on a cruise ship. Never been big on like cruise ships or anything, but it's not looking good right now for these cruise ships. People getting sick at sea. Both of the free throws went down at the line by Utah. 11-point lead. Kentucky right back with the basketball. Passing over right wing perimeter for the Wildcats. Bounce pass right baseline. They back their way. Turnaround jumper. Now one sweet looking shot going down right there by Scott Padgett for 2. They put it back to single digits. Oh my goodness. Last Sunday hosted a church service and two people have passed away after that service. Jeez. See, you can't be doing that. That's probably the one in Tampa that people went to. They had like a ton of people go to that church service a week ago in Tampa as Kentucky steals away the basketball, goes inside and lay it up and in for 2. 36-29, we approach the 3-minute mark remaining here in the first half. Utah right back with the ball. They move it over left wing perimeter into the hands of Brennan Johnson. Johnson passes over top of the key, feeds it low post, takes the jumper into the key. No good, but we get a foul here. It's going to be a foul by Kentucky. So Utah should be going to the line, shoot 2. Woody here, thinking about 2 more weeks, he's going to be back to playing basketball with his neighbors. You think 2 weeks he'll be back? Wow, I'd be shocked there if it was 2 weeks and you guys will be back there. I'm probably sure they're going to keep on extending it, most likely. But hopefully you are able to get the 2 weeks in and you're able to play the basketball with your neighbors there. That'd be cool if you're able to do so. I just don't see it happening like right now. Okay, so Jordan Bohannon has a hoop. Iowa, I feel like Iowa's got a huge advantage this season for basketball. Iowa, Kansas, a lot of these like teams like out in like the Midwest, Wisconsin. Like I feel like a lot of these players will have access. They probably come from the country where they do have like a basketball hoop out in either their driveway or a backyard. Where I feel like the other teams that they have private access to like gyms and stuff that they're not able to use, or like city courts that they can't play in. Like teams out kind of towards like say like New York City, New Jersey, like Seton Hall, Rutgers, like those types of teams. Temple out in Philadelphia. Villanova's out in Philadelphia. A lot of those like bigger cities, they probably probably go to city courts or like gyms and stuff that's like shut down right now. So I feel like the momentum will be in favor for like teams out in the Midwest there, as far as like this crisis going on, because they're still able to play basketball. So I feel like Iowa could have like very well like a step ahead of like a lot of teams to start up for like next season, since if they do have like a lot of access to like hoops for like a good amount of players in the teams, just like driveway hoops, just to like able to still get some rhythm there shooting. So Vons County has 71 cases. He puts out here. Mine's got, I think, like 700. I think my county's got 700 right now. 37-29 to score. Kentucky now with the basketball. They have it inside. Low post, Scott Padgett. Bounce pass over to Shepard. Puts it up, and it goes over to, actually that was Cameron Mills off the backdoor cut. Mills gets fouled, and Mills should go to the line for 2. I've actually not watched The Boys before, Jason. So I've actually not watched that before. Yeah, Syracuse, Bryson Gooding. So welcome in, Hawkeye Nation, man. What is up? So he is transferring over to Providence, same as Ed Crosswell from LaSalle. I think Providence is going to get another player from North Florida. They're getting. So Ed Cooley definitely living off these transfers right now. Indeed, John. Ed Cooley, such an awesome head coach. So well respected there for Ed Cooley. He had a chance to take the Michigan job. Could have replaced John Beilein at Michigan last season. Instead, he chose Providence because he absolutely loves it at Providence, and definitely a great choice. The athletic director at Providence definitely knows what he is doing there for the Friars, as Utah hits the free throw at the line. Kentucky went to the free throw line, shot 2 free throws. They hit them down. So it's 37-31 right now in the 1998 Throwback in the national championship. But yeah, kudos to that athletic director at Providence, because when Providence was down, they had that massive losing streak this season that they had lost to like Long Beach State. They lost to like some really bad games in there around Thanksgiving, and the athletic director for Providence stuck with Ed Cooley, didn't fire him, and look at the results. If they had a chance, they were going to lock themselves, well, they did lock themselves into the tournament. The last game that Providence plays was ridiculous. I remember they won against DePaul. It was something crazy. It was like 90-something to 50-something. It was on a Saturday night. Absolutely lit there at the dunk, and they destroyed DePaul, and that team was coming in hot. If they did have a tournament, that would have been the team to watch out for. Yeah, they have, I think he already committed to Providence, the player from North Florida, so landing in 3 transfers there, really key for PC, which is awesome. Oh, jeez, man, sorry to hear that, Alex. Putting out, they had 78 reported cases in Iowa and 3 deaths reported out there. My heart goes to everyone affected right now as that ball gets stolen away by Utah. As we're back to action as they go inside, lay it up, and then 39-31. Kentucky now with the ball. Padgett dribbles left wing, feeds it back out top of the key. Moves it over into the hands of Allen Edwards now. Passes over to Shepard. Takes a 3 off the mark. No good. Rebound goes over to Utah. Minute 40 left to go before halftime. Utah right back with the ball here. Takes it past the half-court logo. Moves it over now to the top to Brennan Johnson. Johnson moves it over to the left corner perimeter for Utah. Under a minute and a half left to go before halftime. Kentucky to start out, they're 0 for 6 right now from three-point range. Oh, yeah, if Luka Garza does come back, I agree with you, Hawkeye Nation. They're going to have a great team next year for Iowa. They're going to be top 10 for sure. Utah just turned it over right there. Pass to the right corner perimeter, and they just had butterfingers when it turned it over. So we get a timeout here in the court right now. Yep. So yeah, 1% there is the rate right now. So a lot of people live. So this isn't like something that's serious here. That I like something like it could have been a whole lot worse. That's what I could say. Like the rate could have been like something crazy, like 50% or 75%. I was looking at some of the figures, and they said with like zero mitigation that like 90% of the country could have been infected. But we're actually doing stuff right now. So that prediction, because I was looking at it with zero mitigation, my county in Massachusetts would have already had right now 30,000 cases of people testing positive with zero mitigation. Instead, right now they have I think like 700s they're in right now. In the county of Massachusetts. We have like I think four really big cities in my county with a population of over like 45,000 or so. But that's definitely a difference in number. That to realize that like 40,000 people could have been affected, testing positive in my county on April the 6th of 2020, but that went down to now 700 right now. It's not the worst, like the worst of mitigation. Um like the best we could have done is we could have had like 100 cases right now in the county, but people are playing their part. Social distancing, I would say like 85% right now, um, or so throughout the world, which everybody's gonna have to do. It's gonna have to be 100% because we still hear the stories in the news right now of people not following instructions. As Kentucky goes inside, right baseline, missed the jumper, was off the mark. Utah got the rebound. So a minute left to go before halftime. Oh, that's awesome. Goody put it out. Might get college basketball, NCAA basketball 2010 for his birthday. That's awesome, man. I would really like to get that game there. That'd be a great one. They have the ESPN and the CBS on it. You can choose between which one you want to do there for a broadcast. That'd be cool if they're able to, if I'm able to access that sometime. That'd be great. I've got 2006. I've got 2006 and 2001 there. And also in the '06 game, I've got like a retro one. I think like a throwback to like a 90s game right there that they provide on the 2006 game. Oh, there we go. That's awesome, Spartans gang. He knows his city is safe. That's great, man. Hopefully all you guys are doing well and that your city's safe. I'm going to pause the game. We're now 1 minute left to go before halftime. Utah's leading by 8. Hey, what is good, Harry and Jaden? Thanks so much for stopping by, the two of you. I appreciate it. Let's see, a Raptor putting out, how do I feel about the new Chargers and Rams logos? I like the Chargers logo. Not really much of a difference there for the LA Chargers. The Rams logo looks like they stole it from some other place. I think it was someplace in Texas for a program out in Texas, I think. Let's see, San Angelo University in Texas. Google search that if you guys would like. Oh no, it's Angelo State University. I'll put it here in the chat for you guys. Angelo State University. And take a look at their logo and compare it over to the LA Rams logo. Looks like they like stole the logo from them. Like, who in their creative minds, like, did that for the LA Rams? So, I'm not a fan at all on the LA Rams. Terrible, terrible logo they have. Feels like it's just a complete ripoff from San Angelo State University. Or Angelo State University. Just, like, you gotta have a much more creative mind than that. Like, come on, man. Let's see here. I'll take a look and see who that North Florida player is that might go to Providence. I actually don't remember his name. I know he was Noah Horchler. Looks like he's a 6'8" power forward. So his name is Noah Horchler, and he is heading to Providence. Okay, so yeah, so he is transferring over to Providence. Actually, yeah, he committed last year, but he had to sit out a season. So that's right. He committed around April of 2019, but he had to sit out this season. So I'll be able to play for Providence this year. How are you putting out? The president spoke with the commissioners, NBA, NHL, other sports league. Yep, he wants fans back in the arenas. He definitely sees that the NFL, he thinks that the NFL is going to start in time in September with fans out and packed stadiums there in the NFL. Hopefully we're able to see that if everybody does play their part in this and does what we're supposed to do. But we need 100% commitment from everybody. 50 seconds left to go before halftime. We're back into this game. Utah with the basketball. They lead by 8. They have it right wing perimeter. Moves it back top of the key for Utah. Passes over left corner. Going to take a 3. It's up, and it's good. Drew Hansen hits the 3-point shot, and Utah by 12. Utah actually, it's going to be a deep 2. His foot was on the line, so they count it deep 2. Utah by 10 right now. It's 41-31, 25 seconds left to go before halftime. Kentucky has it inside the key, moves it back out top of the key here for the Wildcats. 20 seconds left to go before halftime. Hey, what is good, Cat fan? Thanks so much for stopping by. Yep, staying safe here. Hopefully all you guys are staying safe as well. 3-second differential, shot clock and game clock. Kentucky missed the shot inside a low post. Rebound Utah. 6 seconds left to go. Utah with the basketball. Right baseline. Moves it back outside. 2 seconds. 1 second. Floater at the horn. That one's off the mark. No good. And we go into halftime as it's 41-31 at the half here. Throwback to the 1998 national title game. Kentucky taking on Utah here, number 3 versus number 2 for seed. So we go into halftime, and Kentucky here is down by 10. Yep, classic copy there, Raptor, to the LA Rams did. Professional organization copies a non-Division I school from Texas. It's just Angelo State University just gets completely copied by the LA Rams. Like, just where's the creative mind for that? Alex putting out a lot of Big Ten players left. Nobody from Iowa, and the other player that is good is going to the draft. Yeah, this Iowa didn't really lose like much this season, so they should be bound for a big year, especially if Luka Garza does come back. That's going to be huge for them. I do expect him to come back for his final season. Hey, what is good, Bryson? Thanks so much, man, for stopping by. No problem, man. No problem, man. I actually haven't been streaming like every single night or so lately here. I've been busy a couple nights or so, but glad to be back here for you guys tonight, though. Brock Lesnar lost last night. Dakota's putting out here. Hey, what is good, my man? Vegas Vix Bud. Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it again. Yup, just like that's the last thing you want to do right now, having packed church services during this time. Right now at halftime, I'm going to see if I can bring up something for you guys. So right now we're just at halftime. We're going to get right back into this game in a couple moments. See if I can post it on this for you guys. Yep, WrestleMania was just this past weekend. Somebody's going to get a gem for sure, Vegas Vix, with LaJuan Pipkins. He played his best basketball during the last month. Like, what a gem there for LaJuan Pipkins. I'm gonna post in a link for you guys here. Check that out. But that's for you right there, Vaughn. Check that out, because people should not be doing that either in public, what they were doing right there a couple of days ago. So can't be doing that. I shake my head about that. It's unfortunate what people are doing right now. Indeed, Jason. So follow those guidelines right there. Keep at least 6 feet away from other people. Wash your hands and only come out for groceries or exercise. Yes, and definitely avoid those heavily populated areas, especially New York City on the subway. Ooh, so crowded. They reduced the train schedule too, and it just made it even more crowded. I feel for everyone out in New York City, because it's just really bad out there. It's like a war zone out there. They have just such a densely populated area. They're getting hit just so hard. Like, it's terrible what's going on right now. over there. So right now we're at halftime, 41-31 the score, but can't be doing that in public either, where I posted a link to a news article from a few days ago of just crowds gathering along a stunt show there in Oakland, California, with people doing donuts, driving cars on the road there in a busy intersection. Well, usually like a busy intersection during a normal day, but since the world has changed for these next few months or so, people gathered around in circles there, and you can't be doing that. It's spreading to other human beings. You can't be doing that at all. Oh, what happened to Ohio State here? Bryson is putting out. They should have a good season this year for Ohio State. They landed Set Towns. I think yesterday I heard that Luther Muhammad is transferring from the program for Ohio State. I think Kayla Wesson's going to the draft, but still they should be able to get back most of their players for next year. So Ohio State should be. I think they're going to be like a top 15 team in my opinion for next season for Ohio State. Yeah, I really feel for that same too. Vegas Vix. It's just the class of 2020, all the seniors. I feel for you guys. Dolphins trade for Joe Burrow. Cap fans putting out. I don't think so. I think Cincinnati Bengals is going to be getting their hands on Joe Burrow. It will be the worst move ever. It'd be a Bill O'Brien move if Cincinnati's not able to get their hands on Joe Burrow. Oh, wow, that's incredible there, Jason. NBA just said that they will be getting rapid testing kits, so they can do testing probably in 15 minutes or so, 15 minutes to a half an hour most likely, meaning that if the players test negative, then they can play. That is awesome. Wow, that's a good step in the right direction there. They are doing that in Rhode Island right now. Rhode Island is the first state in the country to incorporate rapid testing, just announced today by the governor of Rhode Island, Gina Raimondo. They're doing testing at the Twin River Casino. And the testing is provided by CVS. CVS is headquartered in Rhode Island, so they're doing like 15-minute testing there in Rhode Island now, up to 1,000 tests per day. So that is absolutely huge there for the state of Rhode Island, as they did not have access to 1,000 tests like this last week, and then they were able to hit 1,000 tests, I think, for the first time yesterday. Oh, wow, in Jason's area in Kentucky, grocery stores in the area only allowing one person per family, and cops are outside not enforcing it really, but every business is. Wow. It's a scary place out there at the grocery stores. Like, it's just... my heart goes out to all the essential workers that work with a lot of people. I'm considered to be an essential worker, but I work in radio, so I have my own work office, and I lock myself in my work office throughout the entire day, so I barely see anybody. And there's only three or four other people there at the radio station during the course of the day, like me, the general manager, the board op, a show host, and the news reporter, and then me that works in production. But I feel for the people that have to work with multiple people that come by each day, like grocery store workers, people in warehouses, able to supply us. I know my uncle works as a truck driver for Stop and Shop, a grocery store chain up in New England. Definitely the people who's first responders, EMTs, doctors, and nurses are definitely the biggest one right there for nurses, as my hearts go out to everybody. So 41-31, we're at the half. I'm sorry to hear that, Dakota. His racing career is over. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're able to start off your racing career after all this stuff is done again. You're able to get back on the track. Hopefully that will be able to happen. Jason Tatum setting up a foundation here. I'll take a look and see if he set up a foundation. Yes, so, yeah, looks like, 41 minutes ago by Nesson reported here. He's announcing a donation of $250,000 for Jason Tatum. Wow, what a generous man there. That is awesome, dude. My man Jason Tatum. I know Zion did that like a month ago. He set up, for the workers for the Pelicans who weren't getting paid. Like all these athletes that's doing something. They're doing something really special. Zion, 19 years old, and he is doing that, which is incredible. What do I think about Tom leaving? I was shocked. to hear Tom going to the Buccaneers a few weeks ago. But what a great fit, though, for Tom to play in a Bruce Arians system and to finally play with, like, legit wide receivers that can tear it up on the field. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, they're going to have a great time. Thank you, Tom, for your 20 years of being a Patriot. It's just going to be a totally different team next season. It's going to be so weird without Tom under center. So 41-31, we're at halftime. Same with me, Vegas Vix. I really do wish I could help as well. Yep, South Korea definitely, Vaughn, has been doing their testing kits since the very start. We're unfortunate here. The U.S. was very unprepared with it, and it's just, we fell behind way too fast. We're trying to play catch-up right now. So we're going to start the second half. Kentucky with the basketball here as we start out half number 2 of this game. They go right to left in the court. For the Wildcats, they missed the layup. No good off the back iron right there. Rebound goes to Utah. Utah now with the ball. Floater in the key. Hit the front rim. No good. Rebound goes to Naz Muhammad of Kentucky. Kentucky right back with the ball. Right wing perimeter. Moves it back out top of the key for the Wildcats. 19.5 left to go in the second half. Kentucky now with the ball. Over to Jeff Shepard. Moves it over right wing perimeter here for Kentucky. Back over to Shepard. Top of the key. Into the hands of Padgett. Padgett here passes over right corner perimeter for Kentucky. Now they dribble inside. 10 on the shot clock. Moves it back out to Padgett. Padgett at the free throw circle. Bounce pass. Right wing. Gonna float up a deep 2. It's off the mark. No good. Ripped away in the boards by Utah. Utah right back with the ball. First minute through. They lead by 10. Oh, Dakota. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. I'm so sorry to hear that, bud. He got, talking to a new team now. So you got opportunities there. So hopefully you'll be able to land your spot with a new team, man. Utah goes inside, right baseline dribble. That's going to be a goaltend there by Naz Muhammad of Kentucky. So they award Utah the 2 points. Utes lead by 12. Yup, Cam Newton's still on the market. Nobody's picked up Cam yet. Yeah, grocery stores should limit people inside. So I guess where Vaughn is, you guys haven't limited people in grocery stores, I guess. Because I've been seeing, like, videos over, like, on, like, other, like, television news sites about, like, Costco. I think Costco is, like, a huge chain out towards the west. We don't have any Costco in my area. But I'm seeing people out in, like, the Costco stores just packed and packed and packed. I've seen it in Walmart, too. But where I am, we have a limit in the grocery stores where I live. We only have like an 8-person limit they can take you in. As Kentucky goes inside, they lay it up and in for 2. 10-point game. Utah now with the basketball. Bounce pass off the backdoor cut. They cut into the lane. And they lay it up and in for 2 more. So Utah up by 12. Kentucky with the ball. Floats it up. Right elbow goes down. Jeff Shepard for 2. Puts it back to 10. 17:40 left to go in the second half. Utah right back with the ball. Yeah, I heard Joe Lunardi already did his bracketology today, Cat fan. So he started out the first bracketology of the new college basketball season today with Joe Lunardi. As he just, he eats, sleeps, and breathes college basketball every single day. It's crazy. He was on Twitter doing his own, like, simulation of the tournament on Twitter, making up, like, what went on in the game. Like, this player hit, like, this many 3-point shots during a game, like this player went off for this many points and stuff like that for like this team. It's crazy what Joe Lunardi has been doing there. The WXC. I'll take a look at that. So is that like a racing thing? Oh, okay. Oh, so World's Racing Cycle Team. I've never heard of that before. So WXC there. That's cool. That's cool. Hopefully you're able to land on a new team there, Dakota. Back to action. 10-point game. Kentucky with a huge steal. Here we go in fast break transition. 2-on-1. Kentucky lays it up and in for 2. Off the backboard is Jeff Shepard. Puts it back to 8. That is great news right there, Vaughn. Hopefully that trend continues for Austria. Utah goes inside. That's a block by the Wildcats. Going to be a blocking foul, though, by Naz Muhammad. Yep, we got some Cubs fans here. Quite a bit. I know Alex Cubs fan, Jason here, and Cat fan. Get some Go Cubs Go with Fly to W here. Indeed, Vegas Fix. Generosity goes a long way. Any way to help. And this world crisis has brought the best in a lot of people here. Like, one of the things I've been saying to myself during the past couple of days is that where I live, I haven't heard on the news for about a month or so, a solid month. There hasn't been a single murder in my area or so, in either the state of Rhode Island or in the portion where I live in southeastern Massachusetts. There hasn't been a single murder in the area. So one positive here, police activity has definitely gone down to a minimum with this whole thing going on. As both of the shots go down at the free throw line for Utah, they're up by 10 here, 16.5 left to go. So that's the positive thing. Kentucky now with the basketball. Also the pollution has gone down a lot. Since there's barely any traffic on the highways or the roads right now, pollution has gone a ton down. Top of the key, 3, taken in Kentucky. Splash right there from behind the arc, as that is Hashimu Evans, who hits down the 3-pointer shot. Haven't heard a lot about Evans in this game, but he finally hits a big shot right there. So Kentucky's first 3-point shot comes with 16 minutes left to go in the second half. Yeah, that felt like it was just yesterday. I don't know anymore. 2016. I remember that I was in college. Man, where did the time go? It just flew right by here the past 4 years. Top of the key, 3. It's up and it's good. 3-point shot goes right down there by Utah. Kentucky takes the jumper. It's off the mark. Tipped out of bounds, though, by Doliak of Utah. Kentucky will get the ball right back. Yeah, what a tournament. Very well deserved for his MVP of Jeff Shepard. What a tournament he had. I wish I could remember this stuff. I was only 3 years old back in 1998. Don't quite remember this. I did start remembering March Madness around 2001, 2002, I feel like. But I can't really remember full games. I only remember pieces of games. Did I stream Game 7? I didn't have a channel back in 2016. I started out my channel last year. So this channel started out in 2019. But, yep, the ground ball to Rizzo, threw it to first, ground ball to Bryant, threw it to Rizzo. And it was over there. So they won the World Series. 50-40 to score, 15.5 left to go. Kentucky now with the ball, bounce pass over to the top of the key here. Into the hands of Magluar. Moves it over left wing. Hashimu Evans with it, and we get a foul away from the basketball. Utah picks up the foul. Yes, that's another thing Vegas fixes. Gas prices. The gas prices in my area, dude. They're going down we might make it to 99 cents before this thing's over here in my area for gas prices. I think it's down to $1.67. It's probably way down in Jason's area because he's out in Kentucky. I know in Vaughn's area in California, it's probably gas prices are most expensive California and New York and Washington D.C. Left corner 3. It is up and it's good right there for the triple by Kentucky. It's a 7-point game. But I've heard of places out there. Oh, probably out towards Alex's area, out towards the Midwest. With a Hawkeye fan out towards there. I bet gas prices, because I saw gas prices out in Oklahoma like 85 cents, out in Oklahoma, out towards Midwest areas or so. Kansas, Nebraska, 7-point game, 14:45 left to go in the second half. Hey, what is good, that Asian kid? Welcome back here. Thanks so much for stopping by. I feel you, man. We're all in this together, everybody. But same here, bud. 7-point game, 14.5 remaining. Kentucky takes a 3. It's up. No good. Air ball. Rebound goes right back over to Utah. Indeed, Vegas Fix. Really hope so. Hopefully everybody changes. This whole world will change after this. And everybody will be so helpful. And we can just stop kind of like the madness of like people, like the rage that's gone down with a lot of people like right before this. Like quite the division we had. Yeah, Vegas Vix went to one gas station $1.99. So yeah, it's under $2 right now. He's got $1.99 where he is. So yeah, Rhode Island's a little bit more expensive than Mass. But it is coming down, man. Gas like 80 cents in Alex's area. Wow, dude. That's crazy, man. Those are like numbers like I remember when I was like 2, 3 years old, basically, like 85-cent gas, like back in like 1998. Like when I was really young. Wow. 7-point game, 14 minutes remain. Kentucky right back with the ball as they move it over right wing perimeter for Kentucky. Now over to Paget here. Paget passes over to Muhammad. Dribble drive inside right hand. Puts it up, and it's good right there. Up and in off the backboard for 2. They cut it to 5 now. They were down by double digits. They have moved over to a 5-point deficit in this one. Utah right back with the ball as we are throwback 1998 title game here. Utah taking on Kentucky. The Utes have the basketball left wing. Moves it inside, low post. Now they go left baseline, reverse hand. Oh, got rejected by the rim, but they travel with it. Travel with a basketball by Utah. It's going to go right back over to Kentucky. And we'll get right back into this game as we have a timeout taken on the court. Oh, I don't know anymore. Hasn't left his neighborhood. Yeah, probably wise not to leave your neighborhood where you are. Yep, Vegas Vix would rather go to Mass to fill up his gas since it's usually lower in Mass than Rhode Island is. Well, where I am in Mass, it's always lower because I'm out in the country. We have like the lowest like gas prices probably in the county where I fill up in the middle of our town. We only have 2 gas stations. But the towns that border us have like the gas prices are like $2.15, and one of them is $2.36, like right next to my workplace. But that one's like basically like right on the Taunton River, basically. We're back into this game. Yep, Alex got a lot of dreams here in this one. Utah's got a lot of turnovers in this game. I actually don't know how many turnovers they have in this one because there's not a graphic or anything, but they have to have like probably like 13 or 14, just a bunch of turnovers as Kentucky just turned over that one, but we're back to action, and it goes right back over to Utah. Yep, always great to go across the state border right there. Unfortunately, you guys can't now. Rhode Islanders can't go into Mass. Mass can't go into Rhode Island right now, which is just, it's just so weird to me because I'm used to going to Rhode Island quite a bit until this whole thing gets over with. Unless you're the people who came in from Mass into Rhode Island to play golf and then they got arrested. They just didn't follow the orders at all. They went there for non-essential activities. Andre Miller got fouled. He puts up the jumper. It's up and good for 2 by Utah. He was at the free throw line, missed it. Ball tipped around, and it's an offensive rebound. Goes to Utah. 12:50 left to go in the second half. Utah with the ball now. Yeah, I think you can only go to like you can only go in for work or groceries right now because I think it was 3 people that went to a golf course, I think in Richmond, Rhode Island, and 2 people were from Taunton, Mass, and another one was from Attleboro, and all 3 of them got arrested because they came in, they saw the Mass plates, and they swapped over to another car with Rhode Island plates, and they went to the golf course, and now they're checking IDs at the golf course when the golf course said only Rhode Island residents only would go to the golf course. 12.5 left to go. But you can only go there now. Like since I'm from Mass, I can only go to Rhode Island for groceries. Yeah, they haven't done any checkpoints at the top of the state or like the eastern part of the state. They're only doing it like on the Connecticut border. Like they have like they actually have like a checkpoint when you come in from Connecticut like over to Westerly. like North Stonington to Westerly, they got a checkpoint now that all out-of-state plates have to check into on 95 North. As that's a 3-point shot, goes down for Kentucky. It's a 4-point game. 12 minutes remain. Utah goes inside low post, puts it up and in off the backboard. That counts for 2. 6-point game now. Kentucky right back with the ball. Where could you buy a good lobster roll from my area? There's a place in East Providence. It's only open I think from like May to September, but it's a seafood truck, and it's called Blount Clam Shack, and it's out at Crescent Park in East Providence, Rhode Island. So they got some really good seafood there. Definitely try out we always try out New England clam cakes and chowder, or the New England chowder and the clam cakes there. Always a great time. But for the best lobsters, I would definitely go up to Maine there, because Maine is the home of the lobster. I went up to Lobster in the Rough in York, Maine, and that's like some of the best lobster up there. What hat am I wearing today? This one is for my college here. I went to Curry College in Mass. Kentucky goes inside low post. They float it up, and it goes up and in for 2. And it's a 4-point game now. 54-40 the score. Hey, what is good? Thanks so much, Jagoff Sports on Sportscaster, for stopping by. Who made the pillow behind me? My girlfriend actually made it for a Christmas gift. So my girlfriend's like really big into like arts and crafts and like sewing and stuff. So she actually made this pillow for me. Oh wow, Vegas Vic's having the lobsters 2 days ago. Wow, man. I haven't had lobster like in a long time. Yes, I've been to D'Angelo's quite a bit. I haven't been like in a couple of years, as the first shot goes down at the free throw line by Utah. Second one goes down as well. Utah leading this game at the moment here as we go throwback. March Madness Tournament 1998. Utah leading Kentucky 56-50 now, as we're going to go into a TV timeout. 11.5 left to go in the second half. So Utah leads by 6 in the 1998 title game. Yes. Okay, so there it is. Dakota putting out he's getting ready to watch SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Okay, so enjoy your movie, man. 11:30 left to go in the second half now. Tubby Smith during this time, he would go to this would be his 5th NCAA tournament appearance. This was his first championship game that he appeared in, and he won this championship game here for Kentucky, and this one is only championship for Tubby Smith. Utah leads in this one, 56-50. And now Tubby Smith is, because Harry was in the chat earlier. Harry actually goes to High Point University. That's where Tubby Smith is coaching now. Is he basically came back to coach, High Point. Yeah, he came back High Point University in North Carolina. As we're back to action, the right elbow jumper off the mark, no good, but Wayne Turner gets fouled. That's going to be a blocking foul, so Kentucky going to go to the line. Shoot 2 by Wayne Turner. Hey, what is good, Patrick, man? Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it, bud. He remembers this one real well. Glad to have you back. Dakota watching a great movie from last night. Alex got some stats here from his county. Benton's only got 1. Puts out a middle-aged adult. Cedar County's got 1. Cerro Gordo's got 2. And he puts out the age range as well. Got a lot of counties there. A lot of counties with 1 case, which is it. First shot, no good. Kentucky hits the second one, though, so it's 56-51 now to score. 11 minutes remaining here. Utah with the basketball. Got it right wing perimeter into the hands of Brennan Johnson. Utah lobs it over. Low post as they back their way inside with Doliak. Puts it up. Shot gets blocked there by Naz Muhammad, and Kentucky gets the basketball right back. Dribbles past the half-court logo. Now they go dribble drive inside. Moves it back. Outside to the low post. They pass into the hands of Padgett. Padgett moves it now right baseline. Oh, nice move to the basket, but they couldn't finish, though, with the contact. Allen Edwards looking for a foul. Couldn't get it. Utah gets the rebound. Back with the ball. 10.5 remains. Yeah, definitely try a lobster sometime. I don't know anymore. You probably don't like have lobster in your area, though. I would imagine. I bet the southeast doesn't have like any lobster. It's like only like a northeast thing. Like it's really popular in Maine. Maine is the state of the lobster. Kentucky will go to the free throw line as Utah gets called with a blocking foul. So 2 shots here by Kentucky. A chief of Italy here says that they could finish Serie A in October. Yeah, that could very well look like the possibility. If they want to go with fans there, Vaughn, Serie A looking like the possibility with fans. It could be October, especially Italy because they're like 2.5, 3 weeks ahead of the U.S. Utah. Yeah, it was Utah at the free throw line. Kentucky put up the foul. First one was up. It was good. Second one's good. 58-51. Utah hit both of their shots. Kentucky here with the basketball. It's so weird looking at the scoreboard, and Kentucky is KY in the scoreboard for this game. They trail by 7. 10-10 left to go in the second half. Kentucky with the ball now. At the right wing of the perimeter. Now they dribble inside at the free throw circle. Oh, nice move. Low post here. Allen Edwards puts it up, banks it up and in for 2 off the backboard. It's a 5-point game. Vegas Vic's craving for that soup he's got with the pho that he puts here. Hopefully all is well for Vegas Vic's family out in the country of Laos, man. Hopefully everything is going well to you guys. Yes, this was Tubby Smith's first year he had with Kentucky. This is right after Rick Pitino. So this was his first season and his only title with Tubby Smith. Vaughn didn't know that Giuseppe Conti speaks English. Oh, all you guys have in Florida is Hooters. Wow. Yeah, I think we only got like 3 or 4 locations here at Hooters in my state. We don't really have like much around like my area or so. Like the closest Hooters is like an hour away. They used to have one in Rhode Island. They only had one, but they shut it down. 58-53, Kentucky goes inside, and he puts it up and in. That's Naz Muhammad for 2 right there. It cuts it to a 3-point game. 9-10 remaining now. Utah right back with the ball at the right wing perimeter. Oh, good news by Dakota, man. Feel free to let me know the good news, man. They pass it. Low post, puts it up. That shot gets blocked. Rebound goes to Kentucky. They have the basketball past half court. Allen Edwards has it. Top of the key. Edwards takes a 3. It's up. And he was wide open. Missed the 3. They try to save it. Couldn't get it in time, though, as it goes into the hands of Utah here. The Utes now with the ball. They make their way inside. Pass it over to the right corner perimeter to the hands of Jensen. Jensen moves it low post. Gets around the defense, but missed the layup. Andre Miller hit the rim short as he missed the layup. Rebound Kentucky. They get the basketball into the hands of Hashimu Evans. Evans passes over. They're going to take a 3 right wing. It's off the mark again. Missed 3 by the Wildcats. Rebound Utes. Utah has it. 8:20 remaining. Oh, that's great, Vegas Vix. That's good that nothing really much is going on there. I think there's only like 4 countries right now that haven't been affected, but if it is got into Laos, prayers of course out to your family members out there, but it's probably like really small. It's probably like 3 or 4 cases or so, most likely. Yeah, North Korea has 0. Vaughn. North Korea has 0. I think there's a couple other countries, like 2 or 3 other countries that have 0. I think Lesotho, the country of Lesotho, which is landlocked in South Africa, they have 0 cases somehow, which South Africa has like thousands right now for their cases. 58-55, right corner 3. Oh, hit the side of the backboard. No good by Utah. Rebounds. Goes back to Kentucky. 8 minutes remaining. Alex Pennell, 3rd pick of the NFL draft. Detroit, the Lions should select Chase Young out of Ohio State. That'll be huge there for their defense if they're able to get that. Kentucky with the ball. Now they dribble. Inside. Left baseline. Jeff Shepard passes over. Going to take a 3, but we get a foul. It's going to be a reach and foul by Utah here. It's going to stop the clock. Looks like Kentucky will get the inbounds. Yeah, Patrick putting out here a season that Kentucky already was trained and won. because of Rick Pitino here. This team was stacked basically with like upperclassmen they had. .58-55, 7:49 remaining as we got a timeout taken on the court. Wow, Utah played in the WAC back then, man. So they played in the WAC. This was back in the day. They played in the WIC. Now they play in the Pac-12. I remember they were back in the Mountain West, like early 2010s, I think 2000s. They were playing in the Mountain West. So we're gonna get right back to this game. Hopefully it dies out around summer. That'd be great. Like once the whole country hits like 80 degrees, hopefully this whole thing dies out. Left corner three, Kentucky takes it. They make it. That's a huge three-point shot right there from the left corner. As this game is tied at 58 even. Cameron Mills, hometown man here from Lexington. The senior hits the three, and this game is tied up. 7:30 remaining. Utah now with the basketball. They got a left wing perimeter. Passes over now to the top of the key to Matola. Matola loses it. Ball gets stolen. Jeff Shepard going inside, beats his man, and jams it down for two. Look at that. Kentucky leads by 2 now. 60-58. We approach the 7:10 left to go. So we were approaching that 7-minute mark, and a timeout taken here by Utah. Crucial timeout that they needed to take, as this momentum is just completely flipped right now to Big Blue Nation, and the fans in this arena. They came here for this game, and throughout the history of Kentucky basketball, they come to every single game. Travel so well right here, decked out in blue. Throughout like the majority of this crowd I was looking at, all blue. Like it's going to be like probably like 75-25 percentage wise for like Kentucky ratio to Utah fans for this game. What if the Lions get Ngakwe, Clowney, and Young? He knows money, but Hope gets the 2 or 3 of those, or 3 would even be better. Alex is putting out. That'd be crazy there if the Lions defense could get that, because they already got the offensive weapons for like wide receiver. It's just the defense, the secondary though. The secondary is gonna need like a whole lot of fine tuning there. But that'd be crazy if they're able to get like 2 out of 3 of those players on like the front, on the defensive front. That'd be a tough team to go up against, especially the offensive line would have fits. 60-58, Utah now with the basketball, top of the key as they take it inside with Matola. Matola floats it up, and we got a foul on the court right now. Kentucky picks up the foul. Yes, Dakota's happy. Glad to see that you're happy, man. Scott Padgett picks up his 3rd personal. Yes, that's very sad news. Vegas Vix, I heard about that at the Bronx Zoo yesterday when the news story broke out. A tiger at the Bronx Zoo testing positive. So we all thought it wasn't supposed to happen in animals, and now this is getting to be really scary because it happened in a tiger at the Bronx Zoo. First shot was good by Utah at the free throw line. Second shot's up. That one's good. 60-60, 6:40 left to go. Kentucky right back with the basketball. Dribbles past half court. Jeff Shepard now with the ball. Dakota lands his new team. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. He passes over left wing perimeter. Into the hands of Padgett. Padgett moves it out top of the key. Pass over to Shepard. Shepard now right baseline dribble. Bounce pass, and they turn it over right there as that ball gets intercepted in the bounce pass underneath the basket by Utah. Utah with the ball tries to blow past the defense with the right hand, and they got it. It's a swifty move right there. Utes take the lead by 2. 6:10 remaining in the second half. Shepard goes inside. Passes back outside. Padgett takes an open 3. It's off the back iron. No good. Tipped around. Rebound goes to Utah by Drew Hansen. 6 minutes remain now, and what a game here. 98 championship. Oh, pass inside. Backdoor cut. They put it up and in for 2 off the backboard, and Utah extends it now to 4. 64-60. 5:45 left to go. Kentucky right back with the ball. Going to dribble past half court, and Tubby Smith will take a timeout. So timeout here in the court is Utah. It's got a little bit of a run of themselves right now. Off the timeout, they are on a 6-zip run. What a game between these two teams. Great championship between these two teams here. On the thumbnail, I actually had the throwback logos for these two teams. So throwback to the 98 logo with Kentucky that I found here, that I put on the thumbnail. I'm going to see if because I really want to call Christian Laettner the shot with that game, Kentucky versus Duke from 92. I hopefully want to do that game soon. So if I do so, I'm going to take a look and see if I can find the other logo with a Wildcat in it that they used to have back in the early 90s there for Kentucky. Going to put that one for the thumbnail if they do have it. So Dakota landing a new team. That is awesome, man. Congratulations. Vaughn hearing that the Premier League could play games in China with no fans to finish the season. That would be risky. That would be risky playing in another country. Why just, they should just play in like a location like far away from the city in the Premier League. They shouldn't play in another country. That could cause like a lot of travel disturbance getting flights back. Top of the key, 3 off the timeout. Kentucky takes it, they hit it. It's a 1-point game, 5:10 left to go. 64-63, 5:05 left to go in the second half. Bounce pass. Left elbow, Utah back in their way. Low post with a hook shot. Turnaround jumper. It's off the mark. Rebound goes to Kentucky by Turner. Turner past the half-court logo. Bounce pass inside. Oh, nice. Going inside low post. They go up and in right there. Right baseline. And Kentucky takes the lead as they push the tempo and they score for 2. 4:45 left to go. Have I ever ate pho at an Asian restaurant? I actually haven't. Haven't ever ate pho before. That'd be great to try out sometime. Trying to remember the last time I've went to a Chinese food place. There's not really like a lot like in my area that I go to for Chinese food. Whenever I get Chinese food, it's always when I'm up in the summer home in New Hampshire. There's a place kind of towards like the summer house. It's called Wontons up in New Hampshire, and that's where we go to get our food. Utah goes inside left baseline, and they get rejected right there. I think it's going to be a blocking foul though by Kentucky. We'll see what the call is. It's going to be blocking. Yeah, it's going to be a blocking. No, it's going to be not a blocking foul. It was a block shot, so it was a clean block shot. Got tipped out of bounds by Kentucky. Utah gets the inbound, puts it up too strong off the glass, and gets tipped out of bounds as well by Utah. So it's going to go right back over to Kentucky. Yeah, that's... Tarantulas are nasty looking spiders. Spiders are huge. Vaughn putting out Serie A can't go to Italy in May. They should play Serie A games in South Korea. Another country who's got it under control. Yeah, I wouldn't trust playing in China. Alex would put out here, the Lions are able to get Ngakwe. He would give the Jags the 5th round pick, 6th round, and a player to get Ngakwe. First shot by Kentucky as they got fouled. They're going to the free throw line, and that one is good. So Kentucky hits the first one. They lead by 2, 66-64 now, the score. Second shot coming up here at the free throw line. This is Jamal Maglor, number 42 for Kentucky. Second shot on its way. He nails that one. So 3-point Kentucky lead. This game in the 1998 national title took place at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Utah with the basketball takes it past the half-court logo. I really like the scoreboard. This is actually a pretty cool scoreboard to go over. This is before they had like timeouts and like bonus free throws on the scoreboard. This is just all it is just the score and the time. That is all. They don't have possession arrow. They don't have the amount of fouls that each team has committed, the amount of timeouts that each team has left. This is like the first ever time they had like an actual scoreboard throughout the game. Going on, because before that they had a scoreboard, but whenever somebody scored, they would put the scoreboard graphic up and then they leave it blank. Like that's what they used to do during like the games before this throughout like the 90s. Foul picked up by Kentucky in the low post. Utah will go to the line, shoot 2 shots here at the free throw line with number 51 Michael Doliak. First shot's up, no good. Missed free throw by Utah. Ooh, that's not good for Brazil. They're just not taking it seriously. They're not taking the safety of the people at all seriously in Brazil. They had a protest like I think like 2-3 weeks ago about this virus because they all thought it was a hoax, so they had a protest out in the streets and packs of people, and now they're going to get the peak in a few weeks. Their cases are going to rise and rise and rise. If people just go back to work like big corporations, you can't really be doing that if you're in Brazil. Looks like they're going to fail to get it under control, and it's probably going to go through like 95% of the population there in Brazil, and it's just going to go through people, and it's all going to be basically on your immune system. So, right now we're in a TV timeout. I'm going to get back into this game in just a moment. 18 turnovers by Utah. As we get this graphic up on the board. 18 turnovers by Utah, 9 by Kentucky. Kentucky with 23 bench points by this stage of the game. That is crazy. Kentucky is getting out-rebounded by Utah 35-17. Yet, Kentucky is leading this game by 2 because of the shooting percentage. Second half shooting percentage. Kentucky 70% from the floor. Utah 37% from the floor. These are like video game numbers. 18 turnovers by Utah. And Kentucky shooting the ball at 70%. Wow. 7 fouls by both of these teams. And 1 timeout left. Well, they had different timeouts here back in the 90s. They had something called a 20-second timeout. Kentucky has 1 20-second timeout left. Utah with 0. And 2 full timeouts by both of these teams. Possession arrow will go to Utah as we get back into the game. Hey, what is good? Mike, my man, thanks so much for stopping by and Sportscaster, bud. Hopefully all is well. Kentucky now with a basketball throwback into this game. 3:45 left to go remaining. Kentucky leads by 2, 67-65. The Wildcats get the ball, forcing turnovers. And this is how Kentucky is able to take the 2-point lead right now as they take a 3. It's off the mark, no good, but we get a foul, push off on the rebounds. It's going to be a foul picked up. Let's take a look at the foul. It's going to be on Jensen of Utah. So it's going to send Kentucky to the free throw line. I think it's going to be Scott Padgett. And he'll shoot 2 coming up at the line. Yep, Gronk winning the championship yesterday on WrestleMania. The best thing that he's ever won in his life, according to him right now. Even better than winning a Super Bowl. Second game for Dakota tonight for the season. That's awesome, man. Hopefully his games go well with his gaming stuff tonight. Touchdown Kyler Murray puts out here. 32 new cases in China, so they've yet to get it down to 0, and ouch, that's not good for Brazil. That number is going to probably go to 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000. It's going to go to those numbers really soon if they don't take this seriously, if people report back to work. Kentucky hits both of the free throws to the line by Padgett. They lead by 4, 3:20 left to go. Utah right back with the basketball, left wing perimeter. Passes over top of the key into the hands of Matola. Matola with the ball now with 3:15 remaining. Puts it back into the hands of Miller here. Miller with the basketball. Dribbles now inside. Floats it up. Too strong off the glass. No good. Ripped away in the boards right there by Kentucky by Evans. Wildcats now with the ball. They put it into the hands of Turner at the top of the key. Wayne Turner dribbles towards the right wing perimeter. 3 minutes remain. Turner now with the basketball. Tried to take it inside. He got the ball stripped away from him. Actually, Utah will pick up a foul, though, as the Utes pick up the foul from behind. 23 points off the bench by Kentucky, only 7 by Utah, as the bench came to play tonight for the Wildcats. So 2 shots coming up at the free throw line now by Kentucky. That would be funny, me versus Gronk in WWE. I get absolutely demolished by Gronk there. Having a 6'7" body rolling all over me. Oof. Absolutely smoked right there in WWE. As we're back to basketball here on the channel. First shot's good by Kentucky. Second shot, that one no good. As a rebound goes back to Utah, 2:45 left to go. Utes take it past the half-court logo. They dribble at the left wing perimeter to the hands of Miller. Miller moves it out now, right wing. Passes back top of the key, gonna take a 3. It's off the mark, no good. Rebounded here by Kentucky by Evans. There we go. Dakota with his touchdown. My man Tom with a TD right there. 5-point game. 2:20 left to go. All right. Hopefully they're able to get that under control. 2:15 remaining. Kentucky now with the ball into the hands of Turner. 5-point lead here. Kentucky has it. Turner with the ball, dribble drive inside with the left hand. It gets blocked. They get the offensive rebound though. Paget puts it back outside. Spin move. Shepard going to put up the jumper. That one's an air ball with a second left to go on the shot clock. Rebound goes over to Utah. Yep, just like the sweaty men rolling on each other. Just like that. I think it was like a UFC event like a month ago out in Brazil where they had like actual live sports, like a full crowd out there in Brazil, and they had all sweaty men rolling over on each other, and that was like almost a month ago. That was when all U.S. sports were basically canceled. So that was the weekend, like that was 3 days after Rudy Gobert tested positive. That's when they had that UFC event out in Brazil. That's crazy how that was like almost, that was coming up on a month, like almost. Lob pass over the top by Utah, gets tipped and it goes out of bounds. It was last touched by Kentucky though, so Utah will get it back. 24-18 Dakota's score is in the third quarter of his game right now. He's got going on. 1:35 left to go. Kentucky leads by 5. In the national title game in 1998 here as we're coming down to the home stretch in this one, folks. 9 fouls by Utah, 7 by Kentucky. So we get right back to action here. 1:35 left remaining. And Utah will get back to basketball here in the inbound in the front court underneath their hoop. So look to inbound. The ball gets deflected out of bounds by Kentucky off the inbound. So Utah will get it back. Utah will try it again. Inbound here coming up. 1:35 left to go. Passes left corner. Now they dribble left baseline. Moves it back outside. 10 on the shot clock. Utah left baseline dribble. Leaves it down low post. We get a foul picked up on the court. And Kentucky's going to pick up the foul. Should send Utah. Yeah, should send Utah here to the free throw line to shoot 2. Yep, it's going to send them to the line. So 2 shots coming up by Utah. Number 24, Andre Miller, going to the line. Yep, Rudy touched all the microphones up. Rudy touching all the microphones, Gobert. That's when the whole world basically changed. We'd be in like even bigger trouble if it wasn't for Rudy Gobert. We'd be in like even like bigger trouble if like none of these players like tested positive for the NBA until like say like Sunday or Monday or so, like right after like selection Sunday, like right after like all the conference tournaments and March Madness. We'd be in trouble. We'd have like 1 million cases right now. If like all those conference tournaments were had been played, and if nobody from the NBA had got it, like that would have been a disaster. 1:10 left to go. Utah hits the second free throw. Kentucky now with the basketball as we approach this minute mark left to go here. 12 on the shot clock. Kentucky with the ball at the edge of the half court logo. Touchdown for JE11 there for Dakota. He's punting out. Kentucky moves it over. 55 seconds left to go. 2 on the shot clock. As the ball gets poked out of bounds. Last touched, I think. Yeah, last touch by Kentucky. So it's going to go back to Utah here with the basketball. And it's a 4-point game. 70-66 the score right now with 56 seconds remaining. Kentucky leads by 4. Gonna fast forward. It'll be Utah basketball. So Utah inbounds it. They take it into the front court now. 48 seconds remaining as we're back into the game. Utah takes the 3-0. What a block, Kentucky. Pass right ahead of the court. They're not going to foul, and they try to foul here, and they do with 39 seconds left to go. Actually, they didn't foul. The ball got poked out of bounds by Hansen of Utah. As Kentucky got the block, put the ball into the front court. They were running around the court with the ball right there, trying to dribble it. They dribbled it out for like 5 or 6 additional seconds before Utah picked up the foul. So no foul, is just tipped out of bounds by Utah. Kentucky gets the inbound, and Utah still won't foul. 35 seconds. A lot of time going off here. Got a foul here, Utah, and they do with 34. So they'll let an additional 5 seconds go off the clock without fouling, and they do at 34 seconds. So Kentucky will go to the free throw line. 70-66 now to score. Throwback here to the national title. 1998. Tubby Smith here in the first title game. The year after Rick Pitino was the head coach at Kentucky. And actually not going to go to the foul line yet, so they need a couple more to draw another foul, and they do. So inbound there, Kentucky. And Utah picks up another foul with 32 seconds. Fourth quarter, Dakota's got a score right now. You got a touchdown by Josh Allen, 38-21. He's got the score right now with under a minute left to play in his game. He's got under a minute left to play in his game for the second time when I've got under a minute left to go in this game. We've been on like the same time or so throughout our games, right with each other. First shot good at the free throw line by Kentucky. Hey, what is good? Thanks so much for stopping by, 3D here, my man. Welcome in. Hopefully all is going well. Kentucky will have a second shot here coming up at the free throw line by Scott Padgett. He's got 16 points, 5 rebounds in this game. Yeah, I heard Wednesday, big day for the epicenter right there. Second shot, that one's up and that one's good. 72-66, 30 seconds left to go. Utah now with the basketball, left baseline. Floats it up, it's up, rattles out, no good rebound. Utah gets the offensive board, puts it up second time. That one's no good, gets another offensive rebound. We get a foul here as they try to put up the shot, and they pushed off on it. Utah gets called with offensive foul. And they can't believe it. Utah can't believe that they got called with offensive foul there. They had multiple opportunities, though. Hey, thanks so much, Jason, for stopping by, my man. I appreciate it here. Oh, he's got his 42nd birthday this Sunday. He wants a 2012 championship here, Kentucky versus Kansas here. I'll see if I'm able to do that one, my man. That's awesome. Thanks so much for the recommendation. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for stopping by. This is awesome here, everybody. So it looks like Hashimu Evans will go to the line. Happy early birthday for Jason here. Hopefully I'll be able to call one for you on Sunday. I think the next one I do have planned to do would be Xavier versus Kansas State. Sweet 16 back to 2010, and Gus Johnson called that game. I think it went into double overtime, so that's the next one I want to do. I feel like I do remember like parts of that game, but I don't think I saw like the entirety of that game from 2010. As those free throws go up and through, both of them at the line right there by Hashimu Evans. 8-point lead, Kentucky, 17 seconds remaining. Utah misses a 3. They get the rebound by Kentucky. Full court pass ahead of the pack. Jams it down for 2 right there off the slam by Wayne Turner. And Kentucky now leads by 10 with the final 10 seconds left to go. Yeah, that pastor in Tampa Bay, Vaughn, got arrested. Utah takes the 3. It is up. It is good. Kentucky gets the inbound with 4 seconds remaining. They get fouled, and they're going to go to the free throw line, shoot 2. 38-38 tie game, and for Dakota here, and looking like a 40-yard field goal to win the game right now. Dakota's putting out here. That's awesome, dude. Yep, 2012 scoreboard will look modern with the scoreboard and the fouls on the screen. That's when they moved on to the new scoreboard. I think they've had so many different scoreboards throughout CBS's history. All of them look so sweet though with their scoreboards. I'm so glad Fox has got a new scoreboard. The one they premiered during the Super Bowl and they kept for the XFL. That's a sweet looking scoreboard right there. That they have by Fox, the new one. The old one, I was never a fan of that for the NFL. They had a terrible scoreboard there with the team names of the teams. Now they get the abbreviations. That's how to do it, would be the abbreviations. Both free throws go down at the line by Jeff Shepard. Utah gets the inbound, dribbles past half court, takes the jumper. It is off the mark, and this game is over here. There you have it. Your 1998 national champions finish off with a record of 35-4. The first national championship, only one for Tubby Smith here as Kentucky gets the victory. Final score in this one, 78-69. Thank you all so much for stopping by here. I appreciate it tonight here, everyone. Looks like Dakota won his game. Congratulations, my man, as he has won his game. That is awesome, dude. 41-38 and a 40-yard field goal that he has got the W in this one. Big thank you all for joining me here on the game here tonight. So this game is finished off. Throwback 1998 and the Bucks national champions at the Alamo Dome in 98 was the Kentucky Wildcats by a final score of 78-69 over the Utah Utes. Thank you all so much for stopping by here, everyone. And the biggest thing is, everybody, stay safe here, and make sure to keep your hands away from your eyes, ears, mouth, and nose there. You don't want them near that area at all. Make sure to keep on washing your hands if you touch any surfaces. Make sure to avoid people out in public. Don't want to be in public. And being out and about in large groups of people, that's the last thing you want to do right now. If you do have to be with other people, like at work or so, make sure, if you can, that you're 6 feet or less there, and follow that 6 feet spacing. If you do have to, like, have, like, any people, like, groceries delivered or anything, make sure that you keep your space 6 feet or 6 feet apart or so. But thank you guys so much for stopping by. I appreciate Patrick catching me on the channel. Thank you so much. Like always, I appreciate it for stopping by again, as he remembered this game very well back from 98. Thanks so much, guys. I don't know anymore. Vaughn, I'm back in here. Hey, what is good? All that deuce, man. Welcome back in here. I just finished off the stream, but thanks so much, bud, for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. Hopefully all is going well out with him, as well as this game has finished off. Final score 78-69. So I'm going to wrap off this stream. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Biggest thing here, stay safe, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your night here. And happy early birthday to Jason, by the way. He'll be 42 on Sunday, so hopefully I'll do a good game for him. He's got a great recommendation there, 2012, with some really stacked NBA players who were playing in that game right there from 2012, Kansas versus Kentucky. I'm going to see if I can find a stream for him to do on Sunday. So thank you guys so much for stopping by, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of your Monday night.